So there was that big tornado that hit Kentucky, flash mob crime sprees spreading across Democrat cities, retailers begging for law and order, inflation, the economy, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. But can you guess what the lead story is in the liberal media? I'll give you one guess.
Good evening from Mayfield, Kentucky, one of the hardest hit towns in the hardest hit state after one of the deadliest and most destructive tornado outbreaks this country has ever seen. We begin, though, first with breaking news from Washington, where the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th riot.
So Anderson Cooper flew down to Kentucky so the tornado damage would be live in the background during his show, only to cover it for 5 seconds before moving on to the breaking news about January 6th. CNN and MSNBC were the only networks to air the kangaroo hearing live, and it was as if Festivus came early this year. Festivus, if you're not familiar with it, it's the fake holiday from the Seinfeld sitcom where one of the characters, George's family, celebrated this hilarious fake holiday, which involved the annual tradition of airing of grievances. So I guess the Democrats have been celebrating Festivus all year, or actually just the last 5 years. What's happening here is Mark Meadows, President Trump's former chief of staff, won't talk to the January 6th committee because he doesn't have to. He's exercising executive privilege, which is sort of like attorney-client privilege, where the president and his inner circle of staff don't have to reveal their private communications to anyone. But the Democrats are having him charged with contempt of Congress because Marxist regimes decide what is and isn't the law depending on what fits their agenda at the time. Did you notice that until the Trump administration, whenever there was a major storm, a tornado, a hurricane, or a flood, it would get endless coverage on cable news for at least a few days. But once President Trump came into power, that distracted from their endless attacks trying to undermine his administration. So then they decided to just give these major natural disasters a 15-second soundbite instead. Actually, come to think of it, when there were natural disasters, they blamed him.
A damning Washington Post editorial is calling President Trump, quote, complicit in this storm, not for failing to prepare, but for failing to address climate change.
It's so bad that according to 2 Harvard scientists, Trump's environmental policies could lead to an additional 80,000 unnecessary deaths every decade.
He's responsible for 80,000 deaths, they said, because of the weather. You may be thinking, since January 6th has been the lead story in the liberal media every single night for the last almost year now, that they would have finally gotten to the bottom of what really happened during this mostly peaceful protest, right? Oh wait, what's this?
Do you have enough information from everybody you've already heard from to get to the bottom line?
We still have a lot more to investigate, so I don't want to say that we know all that we need to know at this point. It's still, I think, fairly early in the investigation, but we will do the very best we can, and I am confident at the end of the day we'll be able to tell a very full story to the American people about what happened and legislate in a way that protects the country going forward.
It's fairly early in the witch hunt. Remember, they spent 3 years nonstop on the Russia hoax. The only reason that they stopped is because of the coronavirus pandemic, which of course they blamed on Trump too. I'm serious when I say that January 6th is going to be one of the top stories every single night for the next 3 years until at least the 2024 election. The only thing that's going to stop it is if a solar flare knocks out the electricity to the entire country. That is actually a possibility, and at this point, it might be a good thing. In other news, California just reinstated the indoor mask mandate starting tomorrow, whether someone is triple vaccinated or not. You truly haven't experienced the wonders of California until you've gone to the gym and tried to do cardio wearing a mask. I guarantee that we'll see people posting pictures of their families opening Christmas presents this year, all wearing masks. We all know how much liberals love their face diapers, and here's CNN's Jake Tapper exercising an extraordinary level of hypocrisy, knowing full well that it's going to go completely over the heads of CNN viewers.
There's something that happened Friday that I wanted to ask you about, if we can bring up the picture. You were at the funeral for former Senator Bob Dole, and you were seated, there you are, you're seated next to a Republican Senator, Ted Cruz, who, as everybody can see, is not masked. You're a breast cancer survivor. You're still recovering, I guess.
I'm 100%.
You're 100% better, but you're still at risk of infection because of this fight that you won. What was going through your mind there, where Ted Cruz pulls up next to you and doesn't have a mask on, even though the rules are, please wear a mask to protect you. You wear the masks to protect other people.
You wear the mask to protect other people, says Jake Tapeworm, while seated directly across from Amy Klobuchar without one. If this was a Saturday Night Live skit, it would be hilarious. But we all know that Saturday Night Live quit doing comedy years ago. Something that is hilarious is CNN's online store, where they sell a variety of items, including Anderson Cooper's Storm Creek quilted jacket with an embroidered CNN logo, so that you can look just like the fakest name in news. It's only $104.99. You couldn't even pay me $100 to wear that thing. You couldn't pay me any amount of money to wear that. Or if you're traveling this Christmas, you could get the CNN Classic saddlebag for $85. And even add a 2-year extended warranty for another $25. These are real items, by the way, in their online store, and you really can buy extended warranties for them. Or if you're going somewhere warm and you're a complete idiot, you could get the CNN mini boat bag for $55. And don't forget to add the extended 2-year warranty for an extra $19.99. Or if you're a normal person, you can go to my online store, markdice.com, or click the link in the description below and order your Let's Go Brandon shirts, your F Joe Biden, Wanna Buy a Vowel shirt, your Arrest Dr. Fauci shirt, or for a limited time, the Trump Claus sweatshirt. Today is the last day to order them and get them in time for Christmas. Or maybe tomorrow, I am told. But because you're a slacker, you gotta pay for rush shipping, which is only an extra $6. But how about this? I'll give you a promo code to save 20% off of anything from the store, which will pretty much offset the cost of the extra shipping. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below, enter the promo code SLACKER at the checkout, and check them out.